I want to share something today that is very valuable when it comes to considering finances and success. When you approach a journey to get healthier and you approach a journey to have overall well being, it actually affects your level of productivity and success. And there is a link between success and including financial success and living a healthy lifestyle. I want to share something today that is very valuable when it comes to considering finances and success and linking that to your health framework. And I want to just give some insight on how, when you approach a journey to get healthier and you approach a journey to have overall well being, it actually affects your level of productivity and success. And there is a link between success and including financial success and living a healthy lifestyle. Now, before I move forward, and I'm going to make this all make sense and help you to know exactly how to adjust your life in a way that you can benefit from both, actually. And it's really simple. But before I talk about that, I want to make sure that you like this video and that you subscribe to my page so that you can be notified when I continue to get information out. Listen, it is my passion and almost my duty, I feel like, to make sure that I am providing you with insight and wisdom to be able to live a healthy life, because your health is the most important thing. And it doesn't matter how much success that you have in life, you cannot really enjoy the success that you're trying to build, and you can't really enjoy your life if you're not well overall, if your mind is not well, if your soul is not well, if your emotions are not stabilized. And so I want to help you to journey through that. And it would really be just a beautiful thing to me if you would subscribe to this page and continue to allow me to provide you the wisdom and the resources to be able to live a high quality life and see your purpose fulfilled. Now, I want to just say this. A lot of times, really what we're after in life is security. Okay. We're after freedom, and we're after just the safety of knowing that we'll be okay, basically. It doesn't matter if it's financial or if it's with your health, or if it's with your relationship with your spouse, or if it's job security, being able to pay bills, being able to take your family on vacations and live free, being able to fulfill your purpose and the dreams that you have. You come across many obstacles that get in the way of that. And you just want to be okay with all of these different things that are happening in life. And it's really hard to paint a picture of what life is supposed to look like if you are not well, if you're not doing the things today to sculpt your tomorrow, especially with your health. Now, I know for sure that if you are not doing the things today that matters to be able to sculpt your life for the future, if you are not joyful, or if you're not at peace with the quality of your health, like meaning you don't like where you are, you don't like where your energy levels are, you can't get enough sleep, you're dealing with chronic stress, you got pain in your knees and your back, you're overweight, you may be dealing with blood sugar issues or other problems, digestive issues. There's all of these different things that happen to the body when we don't treat it right. And that prevents us from living life, from moving forward, from giving it our 100. It doesn't matter what it's towards. It doesn't matter if it's towards your relationships. It doesn't matter if it's towards your purpose. It doesn't matter if it's towards your money and your investments. It doesn't matter if it's towards your career and the thing that you want to do in life. Your health is the one thing that can prevent everything from happening. And there is no better prayer that a person would have if they were sick than, I want to be well. There's no better prayer. There's no better desire that a person would have when they are sick. And I know this for sure because when people are sitting on a sick bed and they're not feeling well, their brains can't work or function right. It causes their emotions to be hindered and their experiences of life to diminish. And the one cry is to be well. They would give anything, everything, all their money, anything that they have to be able to be well, even for those who just certain type of dysfunctions in their body, mobility issues. There are some things that we deal with. And there's nothing that we can do but be able to be strong, courageous, and move forward with it, because there are some unexpected things that happen in life. But there is a lot that we can deal with and we can control. And those are the areas that I try to really help in, is these areas where we can control things, where we don't have to have a disqualified or a limiting lifestyle just because we're dealing with certain limitations at the moment. As a matter of fact, our bodies are so able to heal and our lives are so qualified to really reverse and restore. All right. We have this thing called restoration. We have this rehabilitation in our lives. We have this opportunity to make sure that we are reversing the damage, reversing our aging. We don't want to age fast. We want to be like fulfilled in every area of our life. And I want to say this because there's still a lot of people who are not satisfied with the life that they're living. However, they're not making the moves today that can create the future that they actually want. And I'm telling you, it all starts with your health. It all starts with the framework of how you build your life to be able to sustain the things that you really want to do in this world. A lot of people are unhappy. They are not living a life that they truly desire to live. And instead of doing something about it, they're sitting back and allowing self-sabotage to hit them. And guess what? If you allow it to hit your well-being, you're going to allow it to hit your money, your legacy, your lineage, the things that you want to leave behind. Because this life, you have to build a system in place, and you really want to build a system that's going to outlive you. And if you're just thinking of yourself at the moment, and you're indulging in all the pleasures that you want to indulge in, but it's not building a system that's going to outlive you, then you got this self-centeredness, because you're supposed to be leaving behind things for your children. You're supposed to be leaving behind things for your grandchildren. And you can't even get there because you're too tired and because you are procrastinating your life. And it's starting to, go into other areas. And so I say this because you cannot be successful if your soul is not successful, if your body is not able to handle the call that you're supposed to have in this world, the call of duty, the purpose that you were born. You don't want to die and it be as if you were never here, as if you were never fully present to live out the life that you're supposed to live. That's not a way to live. That is not a way to operate in this world. And I'm telling you, it starts with the framework of your health. And most people, statistically, when they start to get their health in order, when they start to create disciplines in their life, when they start to eat healthy, when they start to consider expanding the threshold of being able to manage their stress life, when they're starting to get enough sleep, when they're starting to pay attention to what's important, when they're starting to put the oxygen mask on their own face before they try to save everybody else, because they're trying to please everybody and they're killing themselves in the process. This process that's set up, this life that's set up, is for us to be well. And then everything else follows that framework. And people who start to pay close attention and to grab this aha light moment and create self-awareness, they are able to really go after life, to really scale on a level that other people just can't scale on. And so you'll notice that a lot of successful people, a lot of productive people, a lot of people who are really moving and shaking in their life and doing the things that they really desire to do, and they feel a sense of delight. These are people who have created a framework to increase their health stability. And if you are unstable in your health, in your mind, in your emotions, in your biological makeup, in your physiological makeup, in your psyche, in your thinking, in the things that you do, in the things that you say, how you communicate, how you relate to life, how you filter and process information, how you see the world, how you see yourself, your self-image, your value systems, all of that is very important to your success and to how you will scale on a level that you've never scaled on before. And some people are quite frankly just stuck. All right. They're just stuck, whether it's laziness, procrastination, don't have the information or the knowledge, don't have the energy. They are stuck. and it feels like I'm unable to move forward. I don't know what this is. I don't know why I feel this way. I don't know why I don't do what I really want to do. There's this chaos, this confusion that sets in the brain because the brain is not well, because the hormones are not functioning right, because the metabolic issues that you have, because of the mitochondrial dysfunctions. And you think that you're just stuck. But I'm telling you, this is a biological process that happens. And a lot of times it does start with the brain. And you got to get yourself to a path of healing, because when you heal the mind, and you heal your body and your soul becomes healed, then you should prosper. As your soul prosper, everything that's attached to your life should start to prosper. Your money should start to prosper. Your business ideas, your entrepreneurial ideas should start to prosper. You should increase in revenue. You should have the money to be able to go and take the vacations that you want with your children and your grandchildren, and not have to worry about coming home to work like a slave and not have what you need to have. You should live a life of freedom, but it starts with the framework of your health. And a lot of people don't understand that. They're trying to do a lot of things, don't even have the energy to do the things that they really want to do. And this is not about managing time. It's about managing energy. And you can't manage energy if you're unhealthy. And so I'm here to say that you need a health framework, because that health framework will build disciplines and habits in your life, because your life is not compartmentalized. Okay. Everything that you do, it processes and it filters through the person that you are and the way that you think and your quality and your level of thinking. Okay. Some people just don't want to think. All right. If they don't want to think, they're not going to be able to have creative ideas. And we're creative human beings. You can't even tap into that creativity if you're unwell and if your brain is not functioning in the capacity that it's supposed to function. So there is a connection between health and success. There is a connection between health and money. If you can't manage your life, your body, okay, this is only one body that you have. And once it's destroyed, that's it. And if you can't manage it, the most important asset you have, then it's going to be hard to manage other things. It's going to be hard to manage other investments, because you are the greatest investment. You are worth more than anything out there. Silver and gold, real estate, cryptocurrency, all of this other stuff that you invest in, your businesses, you are worth more. You are more valuable. There is not a price that can be put over you. It's limitless. And so if you can't learn how to steward over you, then you're not going to be good at stewarding over things that are beneath you. And that's the principle that I want to share with you, is that if you don't build a framework to balance and steward over your life in the way that it needs to be, you're not going to do a good job with balancing money. And I'm sorry to tell you that, but it is the truth. And we see it time and time again, that when people get on the right path for their health and they start to get serious and develop the type of habits and disciplines that allow them to become the person that they need to become, to do the things that they know that they need to do. When that happens, that's when the floodgates open. That's when the breakthrough comes. That's when the glass ceiling is shattered. And the reason why you're stuck is because you have not paid enough attention to you. And so I want to sound the alarm today and say, listen, if you're dealing with sickness, if you're dealing with chronic disease, if you're dealing with low energy, if you're dealing with stress that you shouldn't be dealing with, if you're dealing with blood sugar issues, if you're dealing with diabetes and high blood pressure, if you're dealing with an autoimmune disease, if you're dealing with colitis, if you're dealing with digestive issues, if you're dealing with inflammation in your knees, in your back, if you're dealing with mental issues, if you're dealing with cloudiness of judgment, if you're dealing with focus, if you're dealing with insomnia, if you're dealing with heart problems, congestive heart failure, if you're dealing with a stroke or the aftermaths of a stroke, if you're dealing with cholesterol issues, if you're dealing with adrenal fatigue syndrome, if you're dealing with being able to manage life the way you need to manage it, if you're dealing with temperament issues, if you're dealing with emotional issues, if you're dealing with depression, if you're dealing with low vitamin D levels, if you're dealing with malnutrition, if you're dealing with binge eating, if you're dealing with alcoholism, if you're dealing with any type of drug addiction, if you're dealing with TV addiction, if you're dealing with any of this stuff, it is time for you to address this. That mirror is here. It's here right now. And I'm telling you, you have got to get serious with your life. You need to feel the peace and the joy that life can bring but you have to invest in the life that you're living. You have to invest in you. And so it's time to do something about it, because you're going to forfeit your success. And I'm not saying that this is perfect. And I'm not saying that if you're already investing in other things to stop. No, I'm not saying that. I'm saying keep doing it, but you're going to find this sense of increase. You're going to find this sense of quality. You're going to find this sense of advancement. You're going to find this sense of enlargement when you start to deal with your health. That's the stuck place. That's the place that you're stuck. That's the breakthrough. When you start doing that, I'm telling you, everything else is easy. Everything else is very easy, because you have everything in you that pertains to life and godliness. You have the resources in you. You have the power to become well, the power to become wealthy, the power to change your situation. The power is in your hands, but you got to invest it in yourself first, because you are the important one. You are the most important thing. You are the most important factor. And if you leave yourself broken and sick and unwell, you can't break through anything else in life. So I wanted to make sure that you understand this, so that you can get serious about your life, because your life means everything. Whether you've been told it doesn't, whether other people have torn you down and said things and said who you would not be and what you would not do, you are important. Your life is majestic, and you need to live up to that. Nobody needs to tear you down any longer, because you know that you hold the highest value in this world, and you better act like it. Because when something is valuable, you treat it a different way. If you got a brand new Ferrari, you're going to treat it with value. You're not going to knick-knack it and put bad gas in it and treat it bad. No, you're not going to do that. If you got a high-end Rolex watch, or you got a $20 million house, you're going to make sure you got the housekeepers and the grass cut, and you're going to make sure the lawn looks well. You're going to keep up with your house. You're going to keep up with the things that hold value. But there's nothing that holds more value than you. So like I said, if you've been torn down, if you've been operating in fear, it's okay. If you've experienced failure, it's okay. If you've experienced shortcomings, it's okay. You know why? Because we all fail forward and we all learn by our mistakes. But right now, you have an opportunity here now to make a move in your mind first, to make a decision in your heart first, to be able to start on a path to build the framework of your life that you need to build. And listen, I'm here for the journey, because I love to help people to walk that journey and to be well in their mind, in their body, in their soul, and in everything that they're connected to. I love this. I love it because it is a way to preserve life. And there are so many people who need you, and you need to hear this because it's true. And you probably heard a lot of lies in your lifetime, but I'm telling you the truth, that the world needs you, and people need you to make money and be wealthy and be rich and have great relationships and influence and resources. You are the connection to so many other people's life and their outcomes of success. And so you need to act like it. And I'm challenging you today to finally make a move in the right direction and no longer live today in the present like you don't have a future to build. Because what you will end up being and doing tomorrow starts with the actions that you take today. Now, I'm hoping that I've built some momentum and some inspiration for you to start to do the things that you know you've already wanted to do and that is in you to do. Again, I want to make sure that you like this video and please subscribe to my page because you really inspire and you really encourage me. I am here for you and I want you to be the best version of yourself that you can possibly be. So please do me a favor and subscribe to this page and I'll continue to get information out that will inspire you and give you the momentum that you need to live a successful life.